everyone, my name is Victor Grausarat and I'm one of the software developers working on Catalyst at Enigma. In this video I will cover how to install Catalyst on a Windows machine, and I will encounter a number of problems that I will solve along the way. I don't have access to a Windows machine per se, so I'm working off a virtual machine that I install through Amazon Workspaces. And the rationale here is that if I can install Catalyst on a Windows on a virtual machine, we can probably install it anywhere else. So I'll start. And I have this machine is a Windows 10, or it's been set up as a Windows 10, even though here it says Windows Server 2016. So for all purposes, this is a Windows 10 machine. So I'll start heading over to the documentation website at enigma-mpc.github.io/catalyst, and here on the left hand side I have a link for the install instructions, and I will follow the recommendations here and go with a Conda install. So Conda is a package manager that understands the dependencies between many different packages and handles all those complex dependencies for you. The first thing that I see is that for Windows I need to install the Microsoft Visual C++ compiler for Python 2.7, and so I'll follow the instructions on the Windows section. And here it tells me that first I need to install this compiler, which is needed to produce some of the binary files that Catalyst and other packages require to run properly. So I'll start following these instructions. Click on this link. I'll close this other tab, and then I have a link here to download this compiler. I save this file, and then I go ahead and open the file. So this prompts me to run this file. I say yes because I want to install it. I say run, prepares to install. I accept license agreement. First error. System administrator has set policies to prevent this installation. I am logged in as an administrator, but apparently I don't have enough privileges, or there's a policy that prevents me from installing this software. I can close this tab, and we have a troubleshooting section here where we document such problems that others have encountered while trying to install this software. And here it says the exact it documents the error that I'm seeing, and so I need to change this policy in this system that prevents me from installing. So I'll be following the instructions that are laid out on the documentation side, and I will launch the registry editor. Yes, I want to edit this, and then here I am making sure that I can see my instructions. I want to make this bigger. Okay, so I'm here and I'm navigating through the local machine, software, policies, Microsoft, Windows. And then I don't see the installer folder. It's not here. I double check that I'm on the right place. So local machine, software, policies, Microsoft, Windows. Oh, and here I read that if the last folder does not exist, I can go ahead and create that folder. So I insert a new key and I name it installer exactly as it's said on the instructions. Then I click on the installer, and then I don't, because I just created, there's no such entry for disable MSI, and so I create a new, I press right click, new dword value, and I type disable MSI, and the data value is 0, which is the default, so I accept, and I close this one, and then where is the file that I downloaded? It downloads, and so I try to install it again, accept the license again, install. Seems like it's going further, so it doesn't complain about the policy. It starts to install, all seems to go right, and boom, another error. It's a fairly generic error. It doesn't really tell you what the problem is, but luckily for us, this error is also documented, and it means that I'm trying to install this package without enough administrator privileges or permissions, even though I'm logged in as an administrator. So I'll go back to, where was I? Let's here say, okay, it has not been installed yet, and then I'll follow this. So go here, start, find the command prompt, and here I right click and run as administrator. Yes. I need to find the folder where I downloaded this file. This folder, where is this? Where is this? It's in D users, my username. So D users Victor downloads. Yes, here it is, and I can close this, and then I type msixec/install and the package. So try again. I accept the terms of the license again. Validates the install. It gets to the same point where I was before, and let's see what happens. So it's copying all the files from the package. Boom, no error this time. So this time I have successfully installed the compiler that I need to install Catalyst in Conda. So here's where I had the instructions for the compiler, and says once you have the above compiler installed, the easiest and best supported ways to install Catalyst in Windows is to use Conda. So I will go back to where I was. Now I need to install Conda, and I will choose Mini Conda because it's a smaller footprint and basically has everything that we need. So I follow the link, I choose the Python 2.7 64-bit, that's my system. Save this file is saved, and then I open it to run it, I run, click on the installer, I agree to the license agreement. I'm installing it for just me as it's recommended. I accept the default path, and here I will go with the default options, and I'm not adding Anaconda to my path environment, and I'll go back to this in a minute. So I click on install, and what this does uh, uh, is that installs the Conda environment that will manage all the package dependencies for me, sort of natively, and will make my things easy. Will make things easier when I later have to install Catalyst with all its dependencies. So depending on the systems, this step takes a minute or two. I am cleaning these other windows that I don't need, or these other tabs. Um, Install keeps making progress, and um, while this is happening, I jump ahead a few steps, and I will verify that Conda is installed properly when the installer finishes. So assuming that that will succeed, I download this file that I need. And what this file, so I follow this link, and this is the file that will set up the Conda environment to install Catalyst inside. And so it shows the name of the environment, it shows some of the dependencies, and then it lists all the packages that will be installed through pip inside the Conda environment. So I want to download this file, and I click here on raw, which shows me the raw contents of this file, and then I can right click, save page as, and I want to make sure that this file is saved with this extension YML, and there's nothing like a text file afterwards. So I click save. It's gonna be saved in the downloads folder, so I like that, and I save it, and I close this. Now I can come back to the Anaconda install. I see that the setup has completed successfully, and I don't want to read all these documents now, but Conda has installed successfully. So now I want to ensure that the correct installation by running Conda list on a terminal window. I'm very anxious to do this, and I go right ahead and find a command prompt, and I type Conda list. Oh, but it tells me that Conda is not recognized as an internal command, and this is contemplated here, where I did not choose to add Conda to the path. I highlighted that at the install time. So trying to run Conda from a regular command prompt will fail with this error. That's fine. What you will see is that if you click on the start menu, there's this new item that is a Anaconda prompt, which is the one that I want to run, and I'll close the other one to avoid confusion. This is the one that I want to run to run my Conda prompts. So here, if I try Conda list, the command succeeds and tells me all the packages that are available in this environment. So now I can move ahead. I have already downloaded this file. I need to go to this folder, so that's in downloads. Where am I? come on, downloads, and here is the file that I need with the right extension. So I will proceed to the installation. This is hopefully the last step, and type this. And what this does is that creates the environment with all the specs and all the requirements that we saw that are on that file. And as you can see, it starts downloading packages that it needs. Now, some users report that this command doesn't work right off the bat, and what I'll simulate now is that this command fails, so I will manually abort. If this command succeeds, then you are all set. But for the purpose of this video, I'll say that this command has failed and I need to troubleshoot it. So I scroll down to troubleshooting conda install, and it says that if this command failed for any reason, and in this case I abort it manually, I can try setting up the environment manually with this command. Now if I try this as is right now, it fails because there's something that was started before but not finished, so there's a partial catalyst environment already in place. So what I want to do first, as the instruction says, is remove that partially installed environment. It prompts me and I say yes. So now I can start from scratch and I can create this environment. And it asks me whether this is what I want, and yes, this is what I want. It fetches these essential or fundamental packages to set up the environment, but it will not install Catalyst yet. It will just set up sort of the foundation for the Catalyst install that I will run later. Again, depending on the system, this step might take from a few seconds to a minute or two, and if it takes longer, I will fast forward to when this step completes. Okay, here we are. The manual setup of the Conda or Catalyst environment within Conda has succeeded. It took about a minute in this machine, and then I activate the environment that I just created, activate Catalyst. This command I have to type every time I want to start Catalyst again inside an Anaconda prompt. And once I type this, the prompt will remind me that I'm inside the Catalyst environment with this text in front of the prompt. So I keep following the instructions, and now using pip I install Enigma Catalyst and matplotlib, which is a library that Catalyst uses, or we will use, to display graphs of the performance of our trading algorithms. So this downloads the latest version of Catalyst from the Python package manager, which as of today, November 14th, 2017, is 0.3.8, and we just pushed this new minor release. We have been on 0.3 for the past 2 or 3 weeks, and what it's doing right now, it's compiling some of the code and generating binary files using the Microsoft Visual C++ compiler that we installed at the very beginning of this video, and then it will download the rest of the pip packages that are specified in that YML um, environment file that we downloaded, and it will compile all those packages and make them available. One more time, this step will take a few minutes on this machine, so I will fast forward the video to when this process ends. And the catalyst install has finally completed. It took a good 8 minutes on this machine, and this is the resulting screen that I see when the installation completes successfully. Now I can verify that Catalyst is properly installed by typing this, which shows me the version that is currently installed in the system and working correctly. So with this, we complete the installation of Catalyst on a Windows 10 machine, solving a variety of problems along the way. And now you are ready to run your own trading algorithms, and stay tuned because we'll be releasing 2 more videos very soon that will guide you through how to run trading algorithm, first in backtesting and then in live trading. Thank you for watching.